Okay, it's back to Premier League action this weekend, week 22, match day 22. Just a brief summary. Of course, last weekend we had the chaos of FA Cup round 3. Not many shocks, to be perfectly frank. Brighton went out, but the main protagonists advanced to round 4. Liverpool, with a reserve side, still managed to beat their rivals, Merseyside rivals, Goodison Everton, by a 0-0 at Anfield. A dreadful match between Wolves and Man U. Looked the highlight of the round. Was extremely disappointing. Ended in a goalless draw, and I can't really recall any great highlights at all, to be perfectly frank. Middlesbrough got a draw against Spurs. Spurs looking a bit disappointing. And then, of course, we've had the two semi-final first legs of the EFL Cup, Carabao Cup, call it what you want, this week. On Tuesday night, an easy first leg advantage for Manchester City. It comfortably beating Manchester United at Old Trafford by 3-1. A 30-minute burst really in the first half, where City took a 3-0 lead courtesy of a great goal by Mahrez, and the first goal was even better than that, and then an own goal to make matters even worse for the Reds at half time. So that was that match. And then last night in Leicester at the King Power, Leicester came back from a goal down to draw 1-1 in their first leg match against Aston Villa. So, having covered all that, and let's move on now to the predictions show for this weekend. We've got a Friday night fixture. We've got 2 on Sunday, and that leaves 7 fixtures on Saturday. Let's start with the Friday night match then. Sheffield United at home to West Ham. West Ham buoyant after their 4-0 win, which launched Moyes' second period in charge at West Ham in a very good way. He's going to come down crashing to earth, I believe, at Bramall Lane, while his team are looking pretty strong. They're made of stern stuff up there, and I'm taking them to win by 2-1. Saturday matches starts at Crystal Palace, the early kick-off against Arsenal. Arsenal stumbled over the line in the FA Cup. Of course, they did comfortably beat Manchester United in their last fixture. Palace have been pretty steady. I'm going for a 1-1 draw here. To Stamford Bridge then, Chelsea at home to Burnley. Burnley's form has been woeful. They got overturned in the cup game as well, I believe. Chelsea continuing to perform excellently under Frank Lampard. I'm going for a 3-1 win for Chelsea. Now to Goodison Park. Ancelotti came back down to earth after that reverse in the FA Cup at Anfield. He's at home to Brighton, who also suffered the indignity of losing. And I'm expecting Everton at home to rally the troops, and I'm going for an Everton win by 2-1. Leicester are at home to Southampton. Southampton have been improving of late. Leicester wobbling a bit, 2 defeats, then they did struggle to get the win last time out, and then last night, as I noted earlier, rallied for a draw against Aston Villa. I think it's going to be another draw here at the King Power. Leicester 1, Southampton 1. To Old Trafford, Manchester United at home to Norwich. Manchester United looking to do the double here against Norwich, and I think they will. Their performance against City was woeful, and Solskjaer actually said just that regarding the first half. But I think at home to Norwich, they should take that game by 3-1. At Molineux, Wolves are at home to Newcastle. Newcastle managed to survive the cup with a draw away at Rochdale, but in the previous match, of course, they were decimated with injuries in that loss at home. I'm expecting Wolves to comfortably win this one by 2-0. And finally, the match of the round. It's at the new White Hart Lane Stadium. It's Spurs against Liverpool. Liverpool will be back to full strength for this one. I'm expecting a great game. I'm giving the Reds the advantage, and I'm going to suggest that they take the game by 3-2. Sunday's two matches. Bottom of the table clash between Bournemouth, who are third from bottom, and Watford, who are second. Watford have been improving under Pearson, and Bournemouth have been sliding under Howe. I'm expecting this to be a game full of goals. Defences errors though, and I'm going for a 2-2 draw. And the final match, the late match on Sunday, involves Aston Villa at home to Manchester City. A good performance at the King Power, but I don't think it's going to amount to much against Manchester City. I'm expecting the champions to win this game by 3-1. So there we have it. That's the match day 22 predictions. We'll be back with some results probably on Monday morning.